Go.
Okay, we should be live. We should be live. Gonna wait 20 seconds and then we'll start. How are you, man?
I'm doing great. How are you, Eric?
I'm good. I'm good.
Do it. So
I'm
exciting. Our
excited.
first webinar.
I know, right? It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. Is now at an event. Okay. All right. So let's start. It's exactly noon. Thank you. Welcome to today's webinar. This is the first in many series on how we show our employees that we really, truly care about them. Today's topic, webinar number 1, is the health crisis at work and why employers must act now. So I'm Eric Golubitsky. I'm co-founder of Zero Doubt Club, and with me is Amir Ahmad, our VP of Strategy and Operations, and one of our amazing certified health coaches. We're here today to talk about something that's impacting every business, and it's scary. And it is probably why you are on the call, because you are worried. And while the health crisis and healthcare costs are not great and keep moving in the wrong direction, it's great and amazing that you do care and are on this call. We want to make this participative. So please feel free to ask us questions in the chat. We will have a Q&A at the end. This is about 25 minutes long is our presentation, and then as long as we need on the Q&A. So anyone registered, we will send everyone a copy. Our emails are below, eg@zerodoubtclub.com or amir@zerodoubtclub.com. Feel free to send us an email, and we're more than happy to share the deck or answer any questions you have.
Awesome. So the topic is the health crisis at work. And when we say crisis, maybe that word doesn't even capture the full extent of it. We're not just talking about a few employees that are feeling under the weather every other day. What we're talking about today is chronic illnesses, stress, and burnout costing companies billions and billions of dollars a year in lost productivity, absenteeism, and of course, increasing and out of control pharmaceutical and healthcare costs. But here's the problem. Most corporate wellness programs or corporate well-being programs in the past, they don't actually do anything to solve this problem. And today, we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about why they haven't worked and show you what does work by talking about 4 items. First, employee health. Next, the financial impact. Third, why wellness programs have fallen short in the past. And then finally, a results-focused wellness solution that, in our view, does work.
Perfect. So really quickly on our company, Zero Doubt Club is a holistic health and wellness coaching company. We help our clients connect vital mind, body, and soul health and well-being dots to inspire lasting behavior change. Our corporate wellness program focuses on improving employee health through personalized coaching. Again, in our feeling, it's the only strategy that actually works. And then Zero Doubt Kitchen, it's our sister company. We provide healthy gourmet prepared meals and catering services to fuel productivity and well-being. So enough about us. Let's dive in.
Cool. All right. So let's just start with a reality check. Right now, 60% of your employees are overweight or obese. 40% of them are pre-diabetic. And, you know, I'm a numbers guy. I have a finance background and an MBA, but when I look at this, like, it's hard. I have to remind myself that these numbers aren't just statistics. They're not just like, you know, sort of in a vacuum. They represent real people who are struggling with their health every single day. Whether it is some chronic illness or some mental health situation, these are real human beings who have daily struggles. And as leaders in finance or in HR, we all know that our teams and our bottom line are being impacted dramatically because of these statistics.
Um, yeah, here's what's also not on the slide. Health struggles don't just affect productivity, they impact company culture. So, a stressed, unhealthy workforce means higher turnover, more sick days, and low morale. And the worst part is that most people don't even realize how bad they are actually feeling until they start feeling better and doing what it takes to feel better.
That's true. And when we go and talk to employees and employers all over the country, and in particular in Northeastern Ohio, one of the things that we keep hearing from them, from everybody, is stress. Stress is like the major issue that everyone's dealing with, and I think we can all relate to that. Um, when we talk to them about what is stressing them out, the first thing, the most important thing that keeps coming up again and again, is their own health and well-being is the most common response. After that is, of course, financial and monetary concerns, and then work-related tensions and relationship issues. So, but if you think about what they're saying there, is that their own personal well-being, their own health, is what's stressing them out the most, which really does hit back to the statistical sort of the numbers that we talked about earlier.
So we call this the good news, bad news slide. So we all know that the healthcare crisis is rising, and so are the healthcare costs. They keep appreciating. This is not sustainable. We need to reverse this trend. Here's something that most companies miss. They miss the fact that over half of their employees have chronic disease, which attribute to 75% of all of their healthcare costs. So the bad news, that number is really high. The good news, it's preventable. And most of these costs, like I said, are preventable. Hypertension, diabetes, obesity. These aren't just random illnesses. They're lifestyle driven, which means that they can be reversed or avoided altogether. So, quick story, personal story. Mid COVID, had my big aha moment. I was 255 pounds, resting heart rate was high. Went to see a doctor, wanted to put me on high blood pressure medication, diagnosed me for a CPAP machine, high cholesterol medication, and he wanted to put me on antidepressants. I was not even depressed. I was stressed about my health. Again, had the aha moment, went and hired who's now my business partner here at Zero Doubt Club, who helped me connect these vital mind, body, soul dots. And the rest was history. But literally 6 months later, my numbers were off the charts. I saved myself tens of thousands of dollars in healthcare costs and medications, literally for the rest of my life, making the decision that now's the time, that enough is enough. And again, hired the right coach, and he helped me get it, helped me get there, which is again, truly godsend. But
And that's a great segue into the next slide, Eric, which is the financial costs of this are very real. When you have an employee
yeah,
that has hypertension, it costs the medication costs approximately $900 a year for the employer. If you have somebody in your workforce that is struggling with depression, that generally speaking costs almost $11,000 a year in additional expenses. Diabetes is 15,000, obesity is 9,000, and lost productivity. These numbers are per year per employee. And so just imagine when you start thinking about your locations and all over the country, and those that are on hybrid work schedules or in the office. I mean, these numbers add up very, very quickly. Chronic illnesses cost employers real dollars and real cents. This next slide um, is for those who have had any experience in negotiating with your pharmacy benefits manager or with your annual healthcare renewal meetings and negotiations. You'll see here, these are the chronic illnesses. These are the main drugs. And you'll see the ones here that cost the most money and those that are most prescribed. And let's not, those are the real costs. And as I said, I'm a financial person. So for me, that is impactful to look at the numbers and see the most commonly prescribed drugs and the most common illnesses. But let's not forget what the hidden costs are. When an employee is exhausted or distracted or battling some of these chronic illnesses, they're just not showing up as their best self. That means lost innovation in a company. It means lower performance. It means just overall disengagement. And if you think these numbers, $10,000, $15,000, $9,000, is expensive, imagine what the costs are of not addressing the upcoming healthcare crisis.
Exactly. And again, I just want to reiterate that the majority of these medications can be prevented through making a decision that you want to change your lifestyle. Um, so let's get into existing corporate wellness programs and why they fall short. So why we feel they fail, and what we mean by fail is that it doesn't have much, if any, impact on an employee's actual health. And here's why. So 1.0 programs like these listed here, step challenges, water challenges, health screenings, gym discounts, these don't move the needle for people who actually need the help the most. Going to the doctor or a screening is not a health and wellness program. It shouldn't be considered engagement or participation in a health program, nor should it be rewarded or incentivized. This is again, we blame insurance companies. We don't feel they're aligned with the same goals as you. They're aligned on selling you additional coverage, more pharma, more healthcare costs, et cetera. Their only goal is to grow the company and to grow their revenues. Their goal is to not help your employees wean off medications. They want to incentivize going to the doctor, so they put them on medications. If you think about it, it doesn't make a lot of common sense, and not everyone on the team is aligned. So you need to do what's best for your employees. And again, no one's saying don't ask your employees to have doctor appointments and health screenings or step challenges and water challenges are great. They're just not a health behavior changing solution for your employees.
Right, and it makes sense that the health insurance companies came up with this as sort of as corporate wellness 1.0. When someone said, okay, let's create an industry that disrupts this ongoing cycle of increasing pharmaceutical costs and increasing and out of control healthcare expenses, the insurance companies immediately jumped into this game and created programs that really didn't move the needle and definitely did not increase employee wellness. Um, w- the, do we really want insurance companies running corporate well-being programs is really a question that we need to all sort of think about ourselves. As a part of Corporate Wellness 1.0, there was a ton of information out there. One of the things that both the insurance companies and employers thought was, let's inundate employees with knowledge and information about what's going on in their bodies and how to make things better. So they would just give them all kinds of access to resources and PDF libraries with workouts and nutritional information and recipes, thinking that this would increase employee well-being. But here's something that we've learned firsthand. People don't change just because they know what to do. They change when they have the right support, some accountability, in a program that's tailored to fit into their actual life. And with these PDF libraries of recipes and workouts, that was what was missing in these corporate wellness efforts in Corporate Wellness 1.0.
And just to hit the point home, if you ask everyone, all of your employees, do you want to be healthier and happier? They're all going to raise their hands. Everyone wants it. The question becomes, are they willing to do the work that they know they need to do something about it? They need the support. They need inspiration. They need it to be fun and doable and feel like they can be successful this time, and the complete structure to do it. So let's jump on to 2.0. So 2.0 corporate wellness. So this is the age of apps and subsidies. So virtual programs, subsidized gym memberships, subsidized exercise classes, etc. What we've seen and what we've heard feedback from HR and CFOs and so on is that the 10% of your employees that work out and go to classes and whatever else, they don't need that extra nudge. They're disciplined, they're inspired, they've got the bug. Then there's that bottom 10%, no matter what you throw at them, they probably will not participate or engage or do much about it, unfortunately. But that middle 80%, that's a big number of humans that can and want to and need that mind, body, soul health improvement in their lives. Again, we found that doing things on their own is an uphill battle. We talk about memberships at Planet Fitness, and that 80% of their members don't show up on a monthly basis. That's because so again, tie that to subsidizing gym memberships. The ones that need it and want it are probably not going. They need more.
The employees who are struggling the most, the ones that Eric's talking about, the ones with chronic conditions, ones who have low energy and definitely high stress, they're not going to log in to some app for some self-motivation and life transformation. What they need is real human support, personalized, consistent coaching. That's the difference between some short-term effort, going to the gym for some rewards and recognition program, and real lasting long-term change. We believe that personalized, consistent, customized coaching is something that's what will help drive behavioral change.
Exactly. So again, final point on incentivizing and rewarding going to the doctors. If my employer at the time of my last doctor appointment incentivized me for going to hear that I need high blood pressure medication and high cholesterol medication and antidepressants, and put me on $20,000 or $30,000 a year worth of drugs and whatever else, how is that a well-being participation program? It's just not. It doesn't make a lot of common sense. We need to do more by our employees, and we need to show them that we care and really help them move that needle. So let's jump on to corporate wellness 3.0. So transforming employee health and corporate culture. So that's important. This is where everything shifts. Instead of trying to force engagement, we integrate wellness into the culture. That means one-on-one coaching, that means behavior-based habits, and programs that don't just help employees feel better, but actually reduce their dependency on medication. I know you don't hear that often, and that's what's key. And that's our experience in the last 3 years. Nothing is more magical than when our clients come up to us and say, hey, I'm off the arthritis meds, or other high blood pressure medication that they were on, et cetera. And the secret behind this is that you have to help your employees find their intrinsic motivation, not the $50 or $100 off per month or whatever else. Although, of course, they want it and they'll take it, especially if it's easy and they just have to go to a doctor. But you have to, if you want lasting employee health, behavior change, it needs to come from intrinsic motivation. Our expert certified health coaches help meet employees where they're at. Amir, I heard you do a couple calls a couple days ago. They were amazing. So we signed a law firm, and I overheard one of your coaching calls where, she wanted to lose like 20 pounds or 25 pounds in the first, 45 or
6 weeks.
60 days.
Yeah.
And just that's the perfect example of the health and wellness world of trying to be perfect, setting expectations super high. As soon as they don't see progress or whatever else, they quit. You helped quickly manage her expectation, create a smart goal, make it very doable and fun and relatable for her. You heard her like sigh of relief and this breath of fresh air that oh my god, like that's great. And yes, I you gotta eat an elephant one bite at a time type thing. And she was excited to be part of the challenge and the program, and it was customized per her, and she's going to get it done, and she's going to continue. And that's the incremental steps that we want to see. So letting each employee set their own doable goals that they want their health coach to hold them accountable to, that's the secret.
That's true, Eric, and thanks for all that. That was, those coaching calls are really interesting because, it's like it takes two elements. Really, like you have to be empathetic, you have to hear what they're saying, and really kind of feel what's going on in their life, and then you have to help them understand that, like this is a journey. You're on a journey. I have a friend who I spend a lot of time with, and we're always talking about being on a journey that like that includes our fitness, that includes our sleep habits, that includes how much we work out every day and how much water we drink. It's not something that is going to get solved in a 6-week challenge. It's something that is a part of your life going forward. And that's the key. We're not, Corporate Wellness 3.0 is not here to help people track more steps. We're here to help them sleep better. We're here to help them lower their stress levels. We're here to help them improve their energy so that they want to engage. And the difference is, instead of forcing wellness, we want to create an environment where healthy choices become the easy, the fun, and the doable path, the path that the person wants to choose for themselves.
Exactly. So Zero Doubt Club uniquely approaches our clients with the goal of helping our clients connect mind, body, and soul dots. It's not just about physical. If it's just about physical, it's probably a really high probability that it will not sustain. Because stress, burnout, unhealthy habits, they happen when an employee doesn't feel like they're firing on all cylinders. When we can take a client and again, that's where our name came from, is everyone comes in with doubts. Everyone comes in with, why can I do it? Will it sustain? Etc. And when you start helping them connect these mind, body, soul dots, and literally 30 days later, 60 days later, they have this newfound confidence and built up resilience that they can do it and they will do it. And this is the time, and they have the right support to help them do it. That's the magic.
And here's something that we've learned from coaching hundreds of employees, both on our sort of corporate wellness side as well as in our fitness studios. When someone starts taking care of their body, there starts to be a shifting of their mindset, sometimes suddenly and sometimes gradual. They start making better decisions in every aspect of their life. They feel more confident. They start showing up a little differently. They start walking a little differently at work and at home and in their relationships. And that's where the real behavioral transformations happen.
And not to mention the positive culture
Ripple effect.
changing ripple effect that we talk about.
Absolutely.
So right, next slide. So when a few of your employees in your workplace start prioritizing their health, it spreads. So we've seen entire teams shift because one leader decided to take their wellness seriously. When employees feel good, they do better work, they support each other more, and contribute at a much higher level.
And this isn't just about healthcare costs. I mean, this is why this is a bigger issue than just healthcare costs. This is about overall business success. Healthy employees build thriving companies. That is just an MBA maxim that everyone knows, that if you have healthy, engaged, motivated employees, you will have a thriving company, and you will, as a company, have a better environment to work in, and therefore a better bottom line. If you want to retain top talent, drive performance, and create a positive work culture, investing in employee well-being isn't optional, it's essential.
Exactly. So to reiterate again, and I'm sure everyone would agree, and of course it makes common sense and business sense. One-on-one coaching absolutely leads to new, better habits, which improves their health, which starts improving on a thriving health and wellness culture. Like it's for formulaic. There's there's no hope that you're giving them access to PDFs or a mindset app or an exercise app or a nutrition app and hope that they log in and change their lives or whatever else. The one-on-one coaching will absolutely lead to new habits and improved health. And then this is my favorite slide. This is the last slide before Q&A, but just to explain the magic of what happens when employees connect the mind, body, soul dots. Everyone, the I shouldn't say everyone, the overwhelming majority that will join a health and wellness coaching challenge will come in to lose weight, or they feel a little skinny and come in to increase muscle mass, or to lower stress or whatever else. But so many ancillary benefits come from prioritizing health and wellness in your life. And that's what we want to help your employees hit and reach. When one of our clients tells us that they've weaned off medication, or that they have found self-love, or that they've just written in their journal every day for the last 30 days and have practiced gratitude, and have run a mile for the first time or done a pull-up or whatever else, that's the magic, or the ripple effect onto their families or coworkers or whatever else. That's the magic that comes from really investing love and time into your employees. There's so many ancillary benefits that'll come from it.
That's true. Well, thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate all you being here today. Um, as Eric said at the beginning, this is our first webinar, and it's super exciting for us at Zero Doubt Club. We will have our next webinar on March 18th at 1 p.m. Same place, same sites and locations. That is going to be about obesity in particular, and some great research that our friends at the Health Action Council have come up with. And the following webinar after the obesity one in early April will be one near and dear to my heart, which is, I think the CFOs will like, which is about measurable ROI of corporate and employee well-being programs. So like I said, thank you again for being here. If there's one takeaway from today's webinar, let it be this. Wellness isn't a perk. It's not a reward. It's not a recognition program at your company. It's got to be a business strategy. Companies that embrace it don't just see healthier employees. They see stronger teams. They see retention in their workforce, and they see better results. So thank you again for joining us. Eric, you want to talk about how they
No, yeah,
contact us?
yeah, thank you as well. And if you'd love to continue the conversation with us, we would love that. We just know we can bring real, measurable wellness results to your employees. We also believe that you'll be pleasantly surprised on what our coaching engagement costs. And we've got some great spring incentives to start now. So let's look at the chat and see if I don't see any questions. That means we were thorough. Good job, Amir.
Yeah, thank you.
But if you have any questions, please feel free to fire them away. We will send the deck to anyone that's registered. Send us an email. You know how to contact us. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.